Hi guys, Jarrod here again, and I promised you the Virtua Stick, and I deliver the Virtua Stick for the Sega Saturn. This is a must-have, and you see what it says right there. That's right. It says it is a must-have for Virtua Fighter. And if we go along the back of the, whoops, I need to see as well. If we go along the back of the box here, you will see Virtua Fighter and Virtua Fighter 2, which if you go right here, it's available winter 1995. Now that's unusual because if I'm not mistaken, on the back of the Saturn box it said fall 1995. Looks like Sega couldn't make up their minds. Anyways, let's open up this box. I am a sucker for keeping all of the little things. Now keep in mind, this is older, and I have used this like you would not imagine. So there's little pieces all over the place. I have the connector with this thing still. Alright. So here we go. It's an unboxing of the Virtua Stick. Back in the mid-90s, Sega was obsessed with the term Virtua. Everything was Virtua. Virtua this, Virtua that, Virtua whatever. Ridiculous. So here it is. This is, I have two of them. This is the nicer of the two. This is the one that I didn't use as often. This is a beast of a controller. The only downside to this arcade stick is the fact that it's a little light. That's the only negative thing. Typically with arcade sticks, you want them heavy so that when you put them down like this, they don't slide all over the place. Now, if we look at the bottom of it, it's got feet, which is great, so that's awesome. And as you can tell, right here, it's made by Sega. It's the MK-8112. All right. Okay, so plug it into the system with that. If I zoom this really close, as in bring it really close to you, you see that it's just got some nice detail work here and over here. Sega Saturn, made by Sega. This is one of my favorite arcade sticks. Love this thing. We got a start button over here, and typical, these are the 6 buttons that you're going to be using. They feel really good. They're all a little concave. So let me see if you can make that out. Get out of the light. There we go. See? So your fingers fit in there perfectly when you want to mash away. And we have our L and R buttons off to the side there. And these are rarely used for fighters, especially back in this time. Over here, we have the speed, which is essentially for if you want to play this with some what are they called, shmups. You can activate just the speed of the rapid fire, which is also up here. There we go. Single shot, double shots, what have you. I always play it typically something like that. And of course we have the infamous joystick. Now obviously the way I have this set up, I'm not actually playing as I would normally play, but this is a really, really good joystick. Works perfectly. Can't really imagine anything else to say about it. So that's that. To give you an idea of the size of this monster, let's go grab the Sega Saturn itself. Take a look at this. That's nuts. It's bigger than the Sega Saturn. That's incredible. When you have this bad boy up against, I keep using this for reference, I don't know why, up against this, just look at this. I mean, look at this. It's sick. It's absolutely sick. I don't want it to fall on the floor. But, I mean, that's nuts. That's awesome, is what it is. If you can find one of these, I highly recommend you pick this up, especially for the Sega Saturn. It is a must. Let me mute my phone there. It's probably Tim texting me. If you can find this for about $40, $50, make sure it's in good working order like this one. This one, I mean, it looks like it hasn't even been touched, but, well, truth be told, it hasn't been touched too much. This was the second player one. And unfortunately, most of my friends preferred the D-pad for some reason. This is the way to go. For shooters and for fighters, you cannot go wrong with a wicked joystick like this. And so there we have it. That is the Virtua Stick. It's perfectly useful for every single Sega Saturn game. Obviously, you're going to use it a lot for the Virtua fighters and for all the other Capcom fighters and SNK fighters out there. Highly recommend it. Go out, buy it.